Mia has been my best friend for 7 years. We met in college during freshman orientation when we both showed up to the wrong building and spent 20 minutes wandering around campus together, trying to find where we were actually supposed to be. By the time we found the right place, we had already decided we were going to be friends. By the end of that first semester, we were inseparable. She was the person I called when I got my first real job. I was the person she called when her long-term boyfriend cheated on her. We have 7 years of history, inside jokes, shared trauma, and the kind of friendship where you do not have to explain yourself, because the other person just gets it. Which is why falling for her sister was the absolute worst thing that could have happened to me. I did not even know I was capable of falling for a woman. I had questioned my sexuality in college, sure. There were moments where I wondered if maybe I was not as straight as I thought I was, but I never did anything about it. I dated guys. They were fine. Nothing special, but fine. I convinced myself that whatever I was feeling was just admiration or curiosity or the normal amount of attraction everyone feels toward objectively beautiful women. I buried it. I focused on my career, my friendships, building a life I was proud of. And then Sloane came back. Sloane is Mia's older sister, 3 years older, which meant that when Mia and I were in college, Sloane was off getting her PhD in environmental science at a university across the country. I barely knew her. Growing up, according to Mia, Sloane was always the serious one. While Mia was having friends over and going to parties, Sloane was studying. When I would visit Mia's house during college breaks, Sloane was usually locked in her room working on research or gone completely. We exchanged maybe 10 words total over the years. Hi, bye, nice to see you, polite stranger stuff. 6 months ago, Sloane moved back to the city after finishing her PhD. She got a job as an environmental consultant, something that involved a lot of fieldwork and travel. She needed a place to stay, and Mia had just moved into a 2-bedroom apartment, so it made sense for them to live together. Mia was excited. She told me that she and Sloane had never been that close growing up because of the age difference, and because Sloane was always so focused on school. But now they had a chance to actually be close as adults. I was happy for Mia. I did not think much about Sloane at all. Until I saw her again, she was different. Or maybe I was just actually paying attention for the first time. She was not the intimidating, unreachable older sister anymore. She was relaxed, confident, funny in this dry, sarcastic way that caught me off guard. She had this way of observing everything quietly and then making one comment that was so perfectly timed it made everyone laugh. She was beautiful, but not in the same way Mia was beautiful. Mia was bright and social and drew attention naturally. Sloane was quieter, more reserved, but there was something magnetic about her. I started spending more time at their apartment. I work remotely as a social media manager, which means I can work from anywhere, and Mia's place was bigger and less lonely than mine. Plus, Mia and I had always worked side by side even when we were not actually working on the same things. It was comfortable. Familiar. Except now Sloane was there. And I found myself noticing things I should not have been noticing. The way she laughed. The way she made coffee in the morning, methodical and precise. The way she talked about her work with genuine passion. The way she looked at me sometimes, like she was trying to figure something out. I told myself it was nothing. Admiration, respect. The normal amount of noticing you do when someone interesting is around. I was not attracted to her. I could not be attracted to her. She was Mia's sister. That was a line you did not cross. But then the haircut happened. It was a Saturday afternoon. I was at Mia and Sloane's apartment, working on a campaign for a client while Mia was out getting her hair done. She had been talking about wanting a change for weeks. Something dramatic. Shorter, darker, edgier. I told her to go for it. Life is too short for boring hair. Sloane was in the kitchen making lunch. I could hear her moving around, the sound of chopping and the occasional clatter of a pan. The smell of garlic and onions filled the apartment. I was trying to focus on my work, but I kept getting distracted. My brain was not cooperating. I kept thinking about the conversation Sloane and I had the night before about climate policy and corporate responsibility, and how she had this way of explaining complicated things that made them make sense, and how I had stayed up too late just talking to her while Mia fell asleep on the couch next to us. The front door opened. Mia walked in, and I looked up from my laptop. My first thought was, oh wow, she actually did it. Her hair was short, Like really short, a bob that hit just below her chin, and dark, almost black instead of her usual light brown. It was a dramatic change. My second thought was, she looks like Sloane now. Because she did. Sloane had always had short, dark hair. It was one of the things that made them look less alike as sisters, the fact that their hair was so different. But now, with Mia's new cut and color, the family resemblance was obvious. "What do you think?" Mia asked, running her fingers through it nervously. "Is it too much? Be honest." I stood up and walked over to her, examining it from different angles. "It is different. Good different. It suits you." Sloane came out of the kitchen, wiping her hands on a towel. She stopped when she saw Mia. "Whoa, you actually did it. Do you like it?" Mia asked her sister. "I love it," Sloane said. "It looks great." And that is when my brain betrayed me. I looked at Mia, then at Sloane, then back at Mia. And my mouth opened before I could stop it. "Oh wow, you actually look just like Sloane now." Mia smiled. "I know, right? We finally look like sisters." But I was not done talking. My brain was still processing, still comparing, still noticing things it should not have been noticing. And the words just kept coming. But like, Sloane but better? Wait, no. I watched both of their faces change. Mia's smile faltered. Sloane's eyebrows went up. And I realized what I had just said. I tried to backtrack. I meant different. You look different. Good different. But I was panicking now, talking too fast, making it worse. Not that Sloane does not look good. Sloane looks great. You both look great. Differently great. Mia was staring at me. "Did you just say my sister looks better than me?" "No. I said you look like her but better, which means you look better." "Wait, that is also wrong." "I think you should stop talking," Sloane said. Her voice was calm, but there was something in her eyes I could not read. Amusement? Surprise? Interest? "Yeah, Jordan. What the fuck?" Mia said. She was not smiling anymore. "I am leaving." I grabbed my laptop and shoved it into my bag. "I am gonna go." Forget I said anything. I left the apartment so fast I almost tripped over my own feet in the hallway. I heard Mia call after me, but I did not stop. I could not stop. I needed to get out of there before I said anything else stupid. I spent the next 3 days hiding in my own apartment, replaying the moment over and over in my head. I had told my best friend that her sister looked better than her, in front of both of them. What was wrong with me? Why did I say that? Why did my brain go there? But I knew why. I knew exactly why. Because I had been thinking it. Because when I looked at Sloane, I felt something I had never let myself feel before. And now it was out there. I had exposed myself in the worst possible way. Mia texted me multiple times. "Are you okay?" "That was weird. Call me. We need to talk." I responded with excuses. "Work emergency, not feeling well. I will call you later." I did not call her later. Sloane texted me once. Just once. For the record, I did not take offense. Your panic was kind of adorable. I stared at that message for an hour. What did that mean? Was she flirting? Was she just being nice? Was I reading into it? I did not respond. I did not know what to say. By day 4, Mia showed up at my apartment. She did not knock. She had a key. She let herself in and found me on my couch in sweatpants, surrounded by work I was not actually doing. "Okay, this is ridiculous," she said. "You have been avoiding me for 4 days over a stupid comment about hair. What is going on?" I was not ready for this conversation. "I am sorry. I did not mean to say that. It came out wrong." "Jordan." Mia sat down next to me. "I do not care about the hair comment. I care that you ran away and have been ignoring me. That is not like you. So what is actually going on?" I could not look at her. "Nothing. I am just stressed about work." "Bullshit. Tell me what is really happening." I wanted to tell her. I wanted to explain that I was confused and scared and having feelings I did not understand. But how do you tell your best friend that you might be attracted to her sister? How do you say that without ruining everything? "I am just figuring some stuff out," I said finally. "Personal stuff. I need some time." Mia studied my face. "Okay. But you know you can talk to me, right? About anything. You are my best friend. There is nothing you could tell me that would change that. I nodded, but I did not believe her. Because this would change things, I knew it would. She hugged me before she left, and I felt like the worst person in the world. Another week passed. I went back to Mia's apartment because avoiding her forever was not sustainable, and I missed her. But I was hyper-aware of Sloane. Every time she walked into a room, my heart rate increased. Every time she spoke, I listened too carefully. Every time she looked at me, I wondered if she knew. And then Sloane texted me. Coffee? Just us. No Mia. We need to talk about the thing you said. I almost did not respond. I almost pretended I had not seen it. But she texted again. Please. I think we should clear the air. So I agreed. We met at a coffee shop halfway between our apartments. Neutral territory. I got there first and sat at a table in the back, nervously destroying a napkin while I waited. Sloane arrived exactly on time. She ordered a black coffee and sat down across from me. For a moment, neither of us said anything. Then she asked, "Why did you say that?" I was prepared for this. I had practiced my answer. I was nervous and it came out wrong. That is not what I asked. She leaned forward slightly. Why did you say I look great? Why did your brain go there? I was trying to compliment both of you. Bullshit. Sloane's voice was not unkind, just direct. You panicked because you said what you were actually thinking. So what were you actually thinking? I felt my face get hot. That you look good, which is objective fact. Anyone would say that. Jordan. She waited until I looked at her. I am going to ask you something and I need you to answer honestly. Are you attracted to me? The question hung in the air between us. I could have lied. I should have lied. But something about the way she was looking at me made lying feel impossible. I do not know, I said quietly. Maybe? I have never been attracted to a woman before. At least I do not think I have. But when I see you, I feel something. But it might just be admiration or friendship, or I do not know. Sloane nodded slowly. Okay, that is honest. Here is my honesty. I am attracted to you. I have been since I moved back. But I did not say anything because you are Mia's best friend and you seem straight and I do not want to complicate things. I felt like the air had been knocked out of my lungs. You are attracted to me? Yes, but that does not mean we act on it. Mia is my sister. You are her person. That matters more than what I want. What do you want? She looked at me for a long moment. I want to see if this thing between us is real. But not at the cost of my sister's trust or your friendship with her. So what do? We talk to Mia. Together. And we let her decide if she is okay with us exploring this. I felt panic rising in my chest. She is going to kill me. Maybe. But sneaking around would be worse. She was right. I knew she was right. But the thought of sitting down with Mia and telling her that I had feelings for her sister made me want to throw up. When? I asked. Whenever you are ready. Sloane reached across the table and put her hand over mine briefly. But Jordan, you need to be sure this is what you want. Because once we tell her, we cannot take it back. And if you are just figuring out your sexuality and I am just an experiment, I need to know that now. You are not an experiment, I said. I do not know what this is or what I am, but I know that what I feel when I am around you is real. Scary, but real. Okay, then we will figure it out. Together. After we talk to Mia. We decided to do it the following weekend. Sloane said she would text Mia and ask her to set aside time to talk. She did not tell her what it was about, just that it was important. I spent that week in a state of constant anxiety. I could barely eat. I could not focus on work. I kept imagining different versions of how the conversation would go, and none of them ended well. Saturday came too fast. Sloane and I arrived at their apartment together. Mia was in the living room, and she looked concerned when she saw both of us walk in. Okay, what is this about? She asked. You are both being weird. We need to talk to you about something, Sloane said, and you have every right to be upset. Mia looked between us. Oh my God, are you two together? No, I said quickly. Nothing has happened. Nothing. But we have feelings. For each other. And we are not going to do anything about it without you knowing and without you being okay with it. Mia stared at me. You have feelings. For my sister. My sister. I know how this sounds. I know it breaks like every rule of best friendship. But I did not plan this. I did not know until the moment I said that stupid thing about her looking better than you. You still think she looks better than me? Mia asked. That is not the point, Sloane stepped in. Mia, I know this is weird. Believe me, I tried not to feel anything. But Jordan is smart and funny and genuinely a good person, and I think this could be something real. But not if it is going to hurt you. Mia looked at her sister. How long? How long have you felt this? A few months for me, Sloane admitted. I literally figured it out a week ago, I added. And you have not done anything? Have not kissed? Nothing? Nothing, we both said at the same time. Mia was quiet for a long time. Then she said, I need time to think. I cannot process this right now. You two just turned my life upside down and you are asking me to give you my blessing. I need space. Mia, I started. Space, Jordan, please. She grabbed her keys and left her own apartment. Sloane and I sat there in the silence she left behind. That went badly, I said. She asked for space. That is not the worst thing she could have done. What if she says no? What if she tells us she is not okay with it? Then we do not do it. Sloane looked at me. I meant what I said. Mia matters more. I nodded, but my chest felt tight. Because I had just realized something. I wanted this. I wanted to see where this thing with Sloane could go. And the thought that Mia could take that away, even though I understood why she had that right, hurt more than I expected. 2 weeks passed. The longest 2 weeks of my life. Mia barely spoke to me. She responded to texts with one-word answers. She did not invite me over. She did not call. It felt like I was losing my best friend and I did not know how to fix it. Sloane was patient. She checked in on me every day. She did not push. She just let me know she was there. Finally, Mia texted, Can you come over? We need to talk. I went to their apartment with my heart in my throat. Mia was sitting on the couch and she looked tired. Sloane was in her room, giving us space. Sit down, Mia said. I sat. I have been thinking about this constantly for 2 weeks, she started, and I am going to be really honest with you. My first reaction was anger. I felt betrayed, like you were choosing my sister over me, like I was going to lose you to her. Mia, I would never... Let me finish. She held up her hand. But then I realized that is not fair. You are not choosing her over me. You are just also choosing her. And love is not a zero-sum game. Me being your best friend does not mean you cannot also care about Sloane. I felt tears starting. I am so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I know. And that is why I am going to say yes. With conditions. Yes? Yes, you and Sloane can try this. But I have boundaries. No PDA in front of me until I am more comfortable with it. You have to promise me that if you two break up, you will not disappear from my life. And you have to be serious about this. I do not want my sister getting hurt because you are experimenting with your sexuality. I am not experimenting. I do not have all the answers yet about who I am or what I want, but I know what I feel for Sloane is real. Okay. Then I am giving you my blessing. But Jordan, if you hurt her, I will never forgive you. I understand. Mia hugged me then, and I held on to her like she was the only solid thing in the world. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. I love you. You are my family. I want you to be happy. Even if it is weird for me. Sloane came out of her room after Mia texted her that it was okay. The three of us sat in the living room, and for the first time in 2 weeks, things felt like they might actually be okay. So what now? I asked. Now you two go on a date like normal people, Mia said. Just not here. I do not want to see it yet. Sloane and I went to dinner that night. A real date. We sat across from each other at a small Italian restaurant, and it felt different now that we were allowed to be there together. There was no guilt, no hiding, just us, trying to figure out what this was. "So," Sloane said, looking at me over her wine glass, "how does it feel? To be on your first date with a woman?" "Terrifying," I admitted. "But good. Really good. You do not have to have all the answers right now, right? You do not have to pick a label or define everything immediately. I know. But I think I am starting to figure it out. I think I might be bisexual. I think I have been for a long time, and just did not let myself acknowledge it. And how does that feel? Scary. Liberating. Right?" She smiled. "Good. Because I really like you, Jordan. And I want to do this properly. No rushing, no pressure. Just seeing where it goes." We dated carefully for the next few months. Sloane was patient with me as I figured out my sexuality. She answered questions I was embarrassed to ask. She let me move at my own pace. She made me feel safe in a way I had never felt before. Mia adjusted slowly. It was awkward at first. She would leave the room when Sloane and I were together. She made jokes that were a little too sharp, but over time, she softened. She started asking about our dates. She stopped leaving the room. She even made a joke once about being a third wheel, and it felt like progress. 3 months in, Sloane had to leave for a fieldwork project. 2 weeks in another state. It was the longest we had been apart since we started dating, and I missed her more than I expected to. We texted constantly, video called every night, and when she came back, I was waiting at the airport, and I did not care who saw me kiss her. 6 months after that awkward hair comment that started everything, things had settled into a new normal. I was comfortable calling myself bisexual. Sloane and I were solid. Mia had fully adjusted and was back to being my best friend, just with the added complexity of also being my girlfriend's sister. We were all at Mia and Sloane's apartment for dinner. Sloane cooked, because she always cooked. Mia set the table. I poured wine. It felt domestic and comfortable and right. "So," Mia said as we sat down to eat, "Mom and Dad want to have you over for dinner next week, Jordan, as Sloane's girlfriend." Officially. I looked at Sloane, nervous. "Really? Really? They already love you as my pseudo-little sister. Now they just have to adjust to you being their actual daughter-in-law someday." "Someday?" I raised an eyebrow. "Someday," Sloane confirmed with a smile. "Oh my God," Mia said. "Are you two already talking about marriage? You have been together for 6 months." "We are not talking about it seriously," Sloane said. "But I am not dating Jordan casually. This is real for me." "It is real for me too," I said. Mia looked between us and shook her head, but she was smiling. "You two are disgustingly in love and I hate it, but I am also really happy for you, both of you." After dinner, Sloane and I did the dishes while Mia settled on the couch with her phone. It was a routine we had fallen into. Comfortable, easy. "Thank you," I said quietly as I dried a plate. "For what?" "For being patient with me, for waiting while I figured things out, for caring enough to do this the right way." "You are worth waiting for," Sloane said simply. "You always were." I kissed her, there in the kitchen with soap suds still on our hands, and I heard Mia make a gagging noise from the couch. I said, "No, PDA," she called out. "We are in the kitchen. This is a separate room. I can still see you. Then stop looking." Sloane laughed and kissed me again, and in that moment, everything felt exactly right. Looking back now, I can see how scared I was at the beginning. Scared of my feelings, scared of losing Mia, scared of what it meant about who I was. But loving Sloane taught me that you do not have to choose between the people you care about. You do not have to sacrifice one relationship to have another. Love expands. It does not replace. I am still Mia's best friend. That has not changed. We still have our inside jokes and our history and our bond that nothing can break. But now I also have Sloane. And Mia has both of us in her life in different but equally important ways. It was not easy. There were awkward moments and difficult conversations and times when all three of us had to sit down and talk through feelings that were complicated and messy. But we did it. We figured it out together. Because at the end of the day, we all cared about each other enough to do the hard work. I told my best friend's sister she looked better than her. It was a stupid, thoughtless comment that exposed feelings I did not even know I had. But it led me here, to this life where I get to wake up next to someone I love while still keeping the friendship that has defined my adult life, where I finally understand who I am and what I want, where I am part of a family that chose me, not just as a friend, but as a partner. The other day, Mia and I were at their apartment, just the two of us while Sloane was at work. We were watching TV, sprawled on the couch the way we always used to be. "Do you remember when I changed my hair and you completely lost your mind?" Mia asked. I remember saying possibly the stupidest thing I have ever said. Yes. You know what the funny thing is? I did not even really process what you said at the time. I was too focused on whether the haircut looked good. It was not until later that I realized what you were actually saying, which was that you were attracted to my sister and had no idea how to handle it. She looked at me. I am glad you said it, even though it was awkward as hell, because otherwise you two might have just kept dancing around each other forever. You are okay with this? Really okay? Really okay. You are both happy. I can see it. And that is all I actually wanted. She paused, although I could still do without watching you two be gross in the kitchen. I laughed. No promises. My phone buzzed. A text from Sloane, coming home early. "Want to do dinner at that Thai place you love?" I texted back immediately. "Yes, see you soon. Love you." She responded with a heart emoji. 3 simple words that 6 months ago I could not have imagined saying to a woman. 3 words that now felt as natural as breathing. I am not the same person I was before the hair comment. I know myself better now. I am more honest, more brave, more willing to risk discomfort for the chance at something real. And I learned that sometimes the worst moments, the most embarrassing, horrifying, want to sink into the floor moments, can lead to the best things. Sometimes saying the wrong thing at the wrong time is exactly what needs to happen to shake everything loose and force you to confront what you have been avoiding. I told my best friend's sister she looked better than her, and it changed my entire life. I would do it again in a heartbeat.